In 2021, Netflix released its hottest, most boundary-pushing adult cartoon, and so far, people seem to be loving it. Created by Shin Takuchi, Inside Job tells the story of science mastermind Reagan Ridley, who works in the headquarters of Cognito Inc., a secretive company that acts as a puppet for the world's biggest conspiracies on behalf of a deep state group shrouded in darkness. Our heroine surely doesn't have it easy. On top of all the headaches that are part and parcel of working in such a crazed environment, she also has to deal with a toxic, power-hungry, egotist father and co-workers such as a brainless yes-man psychic, a super soldier human dolphin in charge of weapons, and a nasty, alien mushroom. No wonder she's constantly on the verge of a mental breakdown. And when it comes to wacky conspiracy theories, this Rick and Morty-esque show doesn't hold back from pointing out the madness a large chunk of humanity believes in. But how many bizarre ideas does the show reference? Well, put on your tinfoil hat as we take a look at all the real-life conspiracy theories that we could find in Season 1 of Inside Job.
Today, you're going to the moon!
But didn't we fake the moon landing? It is so hard to keep track of what's real and what's fake here.
Bigfoot. There are plenty of folks who are 100% convinced of his existence. And sightings of the scary big ape have been reported pretty much all over the US, while made famous by the notorious Patterson-Gimlin film. Stories about a mythical hairy creature have been circulating the lands for thousands of years, as seen in pictographs on the Chula River Indian Reservation. Most people of today believe the so-called Sasquatch is all the result of a mix between the human imagination, misidentification, and more than a few hoaxes. As perhaps the most famous cryptid on the planet, rivaled only by the Loch Ness Monster, it makes sense that Bigfoot would show up in Inside Job. Keep an eye out for the big guy on the series, as he can be seen carelessly roaming around Cognito HQ from time to time. Shapeshifting lizard people. The idea that the world is being controlled by shapeshifting humanoid lizards is one of the most ludicrous yet widespread conspiracy theories out there. According to British conspiracy theorist and former BBC Sports reporter David Icke, lizard people are evil interdimensional beings who have interbred with humans and had their teeth sunk into world domination since ancient times. Some of these reptilians include the Pope, the Bush family, the Mothman. The myth about the Mothman has been around for more than half a century now. Reportedly, the half-human, half-moth being has been seen many times in the US. Some people believe that the creature is a sign of apocalyptic times to come, while others are of the mind that it's an alien being from far away whose intentions aren't entirely clear. Most likely, it's a product of the human imagination or simply a hoax meant to cause panic among the easily fooled. The first sightings of the Mothman were reported in West Virginia back in the late 1960s, and according to eyewitness reports, the being could reach an insane flying speed of up to 100 miles per hour. There's no need to worry though. Although the Mothman on Inside Job might be a little creepy to look at, on the inside, he's quite a dear. The Illuminati. Established in the 1700 seconds by German law professor Adam Weishaupt, the Illuminati was an actual secret society consisting of people who believed they were exceptionally enlightened. They stood firm against abuses of state power and religious influence over society, among other things. The group functioned for a little longer than a decade before being completely outlawed. However, some believe the Illuminati continued their operations secretively, and the group was also blamed for the French Revolution by conservative powers and religious leaders. Of course, Inside Job is filled with references to the Illuminati, as the group is often connected to triangle symbols. Cognito HQ even has a special triangle-shaped boardroom table where Reagan and her crew often gather to conduct their most important meetings. Easter Island aliens. The belief that humanity might have otherworldly origins is not a new concept. And it's also not uncommon for us to automatically conclude that if we can't rationally explain something, it must have been the doing of aliens. One such theory revolves around the Easter Island constructions of giant Moai stone figures. And the big question here is, how could a tribe such as the Rapa Nui have constructed more than 413 feet tall and 14-ton figures more than 10 centuries ago? Inside Job has its very own in-house ancient Easter Island aliens who, like many other mythical creatures, have found a home at Cognito HQ. One of them is the Easter Island bartender, and he looks pretty much exactly like one of those famed statues. The moon landing was faked. The moon landing was hailed as humanity's biggest accomplishment to date back in 1969. Sadly, it was spoiled by a man who claimed it was all just a fake show recorded at a studio in Area 51 as a means to put the Russians in their place. His name was Bill Kaysing, and he wrote a 200-page book called We Never Went to the Moon, America's $30 billion swindle. Having worked at a rocket company called Rocketdyne, Kaysing was of the mind that at the time, the United States lacked the technical knowledge to undertake such a journey. Needless to say, Kaysing's theory is still alive and well today. with a substantial number of conspiracy theorists backing his claims without sufficient proof. And such a theory deserves ridicule, and Inside Job was more than happy to skewer the crazy concept. In the episode titled Buzzkill, Reagan embarks on a dangerous mission to the moon where an unaged Buzz Aldrin has set up his colony. Cognito HQ also has its very own fake moon landing set, ready to be used whenever needed.